We'd like to give out to the winner of the opening contest, 30-man over the top rope battle royal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Danny Hodge Battle Royal. This is a tradition of world class. We're about to see the stars come to the ring. And up first here is Flex ZERBA.
Mr. Dr. Kobe Black is in the house.
That's making his world-class debut. Here's a man I know very well, Bad Brad Michaels, the CEO of the OSA, also making his world-class debut. Oh, here you go.
The big man from Texas, the American Psycho, Lance Hoyt.
Here's a good high flyer, Gemini. Big mainstay of the Oklahoma independent scene.
Oh, wait.
Oh, and
You people didn't pay to see that.
I didn't even know. I snuck in.
Last chance we have to win. We're talking about 5 and 0. And I say we do something new. We do something innovative. We show how tough we are. That's why I say, right here, right now, we have the very first Flex ZERBA Invitational Boot Camp Challenge.
well,
Prove to us how tough you are, or you people like this win.
well, this is Flex trying to take over the Danny Hodge Battle Royal here, and
Yeah, but he's doing it with his own different kind of battle royal. This is an open workout battle royal, essentially.
What's a workout battle royal?
I mean, obviously, he has to explain it to you. I can understand with how you are. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to do a series of workout challenges. That's how I heard it from Flex. He's going to do a series of strength and agility tests, endurance tests. Flex is the man to do it. He's the personal trainer of the century. And judging by the looks of some of our people that are in the ring there, I think they could use a little bit of personal training from Mr. Flex.
I think Flex needs to, Flex is maybe going to have to rethink things here as Lance Hoyt, I don't believe, is really in the mood to have a workout. The only workout he wants to have is picking people up and throwing them over the top rope.
Well, he's good at that too, by the way.
That's true. That is Miles Planquet that he was just pointing to. He was the final entrant in this Battle Royal.
Got 6 men all together in this matchup.
I get it.
And I guess he's having a hard time trying to convince people that this is really the battle royal you want to go for.
Is this really what Danny Hodge would want? I mean, this Battle Royal is done in his honor. And, I mean, granted, Danny Hodge was a man who was in tremendous condition. He was born with that incredible tensile strength in his wrists, could crush apples. But besides that, he also was a strong competitor. I don't think Flex ZERBA wants to actually compete in this match.
Oh, no, that's not true at all. He's the one that's just suggesting a new alternative to this battle royal. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm trying to figure out what your issue is with all this, Bert. I don't know why you don't want to do it like
I
this.
just think if you're doing name something after Danny Hodge, it's supposed to represent tradition, and Flex is. It seems to me like Flex has a different agenda at hand here. I think he looks at some of the people in this battle royal, and I think he's a little concerned about his ability to.
He's concerned about their health. That's why he's trying to look at that perfect push-up to him.
He's got
Kobe Black getting in on it.
doing some push-ups.
Look at Jim.
Brad Michaels going to go down and
Look at Jim. Perfect form too. He's all done. He's first to 10. Followed by Colby.
back up and wow, it seems that Bad Brad. Well, I think Bad Brad put some extra ones in there.
Okay, so we just had the first one. Now we're going to squats. Body weight squats. Perfect form right there. Make sure your legs are just equally a distance from your shoulders. See, people are calling for Flex too.
And it seems like most everybody joining in except for Lance Hoyt.
No, it seems like, I mean, Lance is one of my fellow Texans, but I mean, don't be a spoiled sport. Oh, now was that necessary?
He just wants Serba to hold his jacket. That's all. I'm sure.
You got a bad kid like these people here. Last competition, jumping jacks. You guys ready? You want to be a loser? Fine. Look at that. Let's do the ball.
No, are you kidding me? Real close there on the part of Hoyt, and Zerba is able to dump out Gemini and Colby Black.
Yep.
So we're down immediately to 4. Now Zerba taking out Bad Brad Michaels, but Planquet holds on. So immediately Zerba has managed to eliminate half the roster in the Battle Royal, but I have a sneaky suspicion that right now he would just beg to do some jumping jacks.
Well, he tried, but Lance Hoyt was the one who said no.
He tried, and you're right. Lance said no because Lance understands this
Lance
is
said
professional.
no?
He said no because he understands this is professional wrestling. This is not perfect practice gym. Oh, straight! Oh, no, he was straight for the chokehold. Take both men up with his chokehold and then break it off. Big, powerful clothesline, double clothesline by the American Psycho, who immediately picks up Planquet.
This definitely isn't taking place in any kind of compound. This is taking place in a square circle right here at Oklamania 3, and Lance Hoyt now, he is taking it both to Niles Planquet and Flex Zerba, and all of this Flex was just trying to be an assistant, a good physical therapist.
Well, I think that Zerba may need some physical therapy when he's done being run around all the corners here as Hoyt charges in and collides with Planquet and Zerba in the corner.
The big man from Big D, Dallas, Texas, got these fans behind him and single-handedly is taking on both Niles Planquet, the senior of sophistication, and Flexi, who's been, well, he's been a little bit of everything here lately in world class.
Yeah, Flex certainly has been going out of his way to make an impression with the world-class fans. And speaking of impressions, I think that Niles Planquet is about to make an impression on the mat or maybe on the floor because he just tried a double axe handle on the back of Lance Hoyt. By himself it didn't work, but with the assistance of Zerba, they are able to get the American Psycho down, but that's not really going to help them because they need to get him up so they can take him over the top rope.
It's a little means to an end, my friend. I mean, you got to do the damage in order to get him over, so do what you can at first. Weaken him down makes it easier to dump him over the top.
And I have a feeling that that the American Psycho is the main reason why Zerba decided to try to switch up the rules of this Battle Royal as Planquet goes to stomp the grapes. I thought, oh, look at this. Zerba taking advantage of a situation or trying to try to force Planquet over that top rope. And I guess the
partnership?
Yeah, well, honor amongst thieves here is breaking down. Zerba redirecting.
Hey, don't ever say Niles Planquet is a thief. He hasn't stolen anything. He is a man of class and sophistication.
Well, he's also a man who couldn't hold on. Planquet is out of here. But hey, Zerba, you're one of the final two, and you may be the final one to be eliminated here as Hoyt with a couple of big clotheslines.
This is one way to treat a physical therapist. A specialty in
it certainly looks
physicality.
like Zerba's getting a workout. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, that's wrong, Burnham. Why are you trying to do that? He was trying to be a helpful man. You could use some tips from Flexi.
I think right now I'd rather take some tips from the American Psycho as he's about to hoist Zerba up and over.
That's definitely more painful than what the Flexi's tips would have been.
And Lance Hoyt stands tall in the ring.
I thought he was going for a bow and arrow. I thought he was about to say he's the newest member of the Arrow Club.
I think this is about time. Oh, look out! Low bridge. Low bridge by Zerba, but Hoyt holds on. Remember, both feet have to touch the floor as Zerba rams into Hoyt.
Oh, look at that. He's just barely hanging on.
And again, another collision.
All right there. Oh, he's so close. He's so close.
The power in that left arm of Hoyt is the only thing keeping him in this. And now Hoyt dragging Zerba to the outside. Now both men in a precarious position. One false move, one slip. and this match is over for them. Big boot by Hoyt. But look at ZERBA. I'll give him credit. He held on there as well. Oh, kick out knees, and that did it. That did it. Lance Hoyt, the winner of the 2018 Danny Hodge Invitational Battle Royal.
Definitely not disappointed in that. My fellow Texan walking out of Oklamania 3 victorious in the Danny Hodge Battle Royal.
Last year it was Zane. The year before in the inaugural Danny Hodge Royal, Danny Hodge Battle Royal, Hacksaw Jim Duggan the winner, and this time Lance Hoyt joins that proud group of people to win this big Battle Royal, the significant mainstay event for Oklamania. That big trophy you see right there, in great possession there of Lance Hoyt, who stands tall and proud, the winner. Oh, I don't think he's done with ZERBA yet. Oh, he's clipped the knee.
Man.
Oh, it's going to be a long night for Flex ZERBA if Lance Hoyt has anything to say about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is a tag team match separate from Devastation Ardmore.
All right, fans, underway now, tag team competition. Two of the top tag teams in contendership for the World Class Tag Team Championship currently held by the Arrow Club. As you see right here, Prince Mahali and Rashid Ali together with their manager.
Two men who actually, they do believe that they are rightful #1 contenders for those tag team titles, considering they were the ones that helped the Arrow Club, albeit it wasn't intentional.
Right, it was completely, they were trying for their own advantage. Alpha Rock throwing fire in the eyes of Marshall Von Erich, hoping to allow the Devastation Reborn to capture the pin, but the Arrow Club takes advantage of that opportunity and instead takes the pinfall themselves, leaving the Devastation Reborn out in the cold with nothing and putting those tag team titles around the waist of Coyote and Kid Cash. Rashid Ali standing tall here in the ring. Mahali on the outside, about to make his way in. These two men in such a short amount of time have gelled together as a very effective tag team. And normally it takes individuals months of working together, of having long series of matches in order to find, I guess, what you can call their groove. But Mahali and Ali have certainly blended really, really well in an incredibly short amount of time, and I put a lot of the credit for that to the experience of Prince Alpha Rock. But you want to talk about a tag team with a lot of experience, dating back about 8 or 9 years worth of time. They may have been known as something different in the past. Today we call them the Step Brothers. Tigo out front, Jermaine in the back. Oh, look at this, or listen to this.
Well, I can if you just shut up, Burnham.
A man of many, many talents, Jermaine. Jermaine dropping some knowledge.
MGK and Eminem can take some notes from Jermaine. Talking to you, Burnham, get the step.
Oh, no, Tigo and Jermaine are they're boys.
They're your boys? They're just your boys. They ain't your dogs.
Well,
They ain't your homies.
no, that's true.
No. That's not what you said.
Jermaine would say that I'm his dog.
No, you are nowhere close. You may be his actual dog. I'm his DAWG. I'm his true dog. I mean, Tigo and Jermaine, they've invited me outside. several times. It's just been unfortunate. I've had some unforeseen circumstances. I haven't been able to go out and get to stepping with the Step Bros recently. But guys, don't worry. Don't worry. I got your invite. I will be there at the next event.
Floss. Look at Jermaine Floss.
Jermaine got some moves,
He
man.
does. He absolutely does. Tigo and Jermaine, such a long time as a tag team combination. And they are always entertaining, always here to hype the crowd up. And as I said, Jermaine, a man of many, many talents, once upon a time had a recording career as MC Me. It's documented, it's well known. He actually won some rap battles, I do believe. But today it's going to be a different type of battle, tag team competition, which they are very, very familiar with. Although against competitors that they are not necessarily as familiar with, because they have not really had the opportunity to step in the ring on as many occasions as you might believe with Devastation Reborn. So this will be an interesting experience here, as it'll be Prince Mahali starting out against Jermaine.
Jermaine, like you said, the master of the rhythm and the verses. But he also, I know you were saying that he's won some rap battles in the past, but you got to understand that when you win a rap battle, it's a hard task to do, but you got to remember, he's competing against little old senior ladies. They're just, they're trying to make sure that the Christmas presents are under the tree in time, things like that. Like, rapping is hard.
That's not even close to what I was talking about.
What do you mean? You're talking about a rap battle, right? A gift rapping.
No. I think perhaps maybe it's better if you don't show up when Tigo and Jermaine invite you to these parties who allegedly get information or invitations to.
Hey, don't hate on me. Don't hate on me, player. Don't hate me, player. Hate the game. Stop drinking on that haterade. I'm telling you.
All right, now focusing on the match here as Mahali takes control.
You've been talking to Maddox too much, haven't you?
I try not to. Prince Mahali with control here in the left arm of Jermaine. And Jermaine, nice bit of leverage used there as Jermaine reverses around, takes control of the wrist lock himself, and forces Mahali down to the knee, driving that shoulder into the shoulder of Mahali as well. Mahali now looking to, innovative move there, stomping on the foot of Jermaine, and now dragging Jermaine back to the corner. One thing that I will tell you right now is that Jermaine, as you see Ali working over the shoulder there of Jermaine, Jermaine and Tigo very, very aware of how to take this ring and divide it in half. Right now, not in the advantageous position to do so, but when they get an opportunity, I can tell you, they're going to cut that ring in half, make it look funny. It's going to look triangular.
Well, they actually...
Oh, look at that. Hand it over to Farad. Well, the referee is distracted. Now, he can't be involved in this.
Well, Farad was involved in creating Devastation Reborn. I think he does have a...
That's fine. He can be a creative consultant all he wants to, but he shouldn't be physically involved in the match.
Okay, so he does one thing to try to help...
Well, we've got a reversal there by Rashid Ali, who is not aware his own arm is being handed to him.
Yeah, Rashid, you got to pay attention to this, bro. How could you not tell? There's a different tone, man. I don't understand this.
And a nice deep arm drag there by Jermaine.
Jermaine now floating back over, and we see Rashid quickly getting back to his feet there.
Good reversal there by Ali. Once again, back to the standing wrist lock in the middle of the ring.
I mean, a wrist lock, that's a dangerous hold. Look at that. Look how Jermaine just reaches down on that arm. That's almost turned out fair play, I guess, from earlier.
Pretty much.
Although, does he know that two wrongs don't make a right? I've heard that two rights make a left, and then you can do the cha-cha afterwards, but that's about it. I know that Tigo and Jermaine, though, they ain't too friendly on the cha-cha.
No, I don't see them being ones to do that type of thing.
No, they're a little bit more flossy than that.
Yeah. Ali now maintaining control here. Jermaine, who really has been in this entire match, and even though he was able to turn the tables on Devastation Reborn early on, now he's got control as he continues to wind that wrist up. I think Jermaine probably would be well served. Oh, he's going to hand the wrist over to Nick Champ. What's going on here?
Yeah, What is Chin doing?
Well, I don't know, but I think Chin even figured out for a moment that he wasn't really doing what he was supposed to.
No, you get paid to count. You don't get paid to wrestle, Chin.
Oh. Is it time for a dance break?
No.
I think it is. Oh, you know, Chin's getting into it.
What is Chin
I
doing?
think it's the Carlton. I think he was doing the Carlton.
Is that what it was?
I think it was supposed to be the Carlton.
Looked more like Dorothy walking down.
Oh, look at Mahali. Mahali got moves himself. And now Mahali's going to get some elevation.
Mahali, you got sucked in, man. And by the way, Nick Chin, you look ridiculous. Dorothy was turning over in her grave after she came back from the Wizard and the Oz plays. Just letting you know.
Now,
Hey!
well,
Again,
an unfortunate introduction there.
Chin tripped him up. It was the Chin trip. That's what I've been telling you this whole time. This is a very biased referee. He's interfering in matches. And see what I'm talking about? Disqualification. Disqualification on him.
Himself. He's not even a participant in the match.
He's assisting the stepbrothers. He is assisting them right now. How can that not be a DQ? It's plain in referee sight. Duh, he's the referee.
Well, right now he's going to be seeing an opportunity here on the part of Devastation Reborn because I think they believe the fun and games are over.
Good.
And Mahali now going to work on the calf and the thigh of Jermaine as he drops down right across those lower extremities. And Mahali now going to maybe turn Jermaine over. Nope, just going to continue to wrench on the lower leg. And now go for the pinfall attempt and the 2 count.
Like a DDT to the leg there, just wrenching on that hamstring and that thigh muscle altogether as Rashid Ali continues to assault that now exploited, injured body part.
Now Ali tagged in, grapevining the leg and negating any and all opportunity for Jermaine to get that vertical base underneath him. Try to get up and try and make that important tag. I said earlier that I thought it was important for Jermaine to make the tag. He'd been in the match for quite a while, and while he'd suffered some punishment and been able to reverse out of a lot of things, he still had spent the majority of the time in there. He's got to be fatigued, and now it would just be the pounding the fists. Oh, and Ali even negating the opportunity there for Tigo, almost baiting Tigo in. Referee got to intercept him there.
Oh yeah,
and of course,
look at his boy is assisting him out there. You're trying to tell him, hey, get back in the corner there. But guess what? You're causing your other boy to get beaten down right now.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Ali wanted. As Mahali swears there was a tag, swears to Allah that there was.
I saw it. Did you?
No, I did not see it because it did not happen.
Well, you're just not divine, Burnham. That's all it is. You don't have the wisdom.
No, I do have the ability to see that Mahali dropped Jermaine straight down on his face there and still able to come out of that successful.
And now we see Ali dragging him over to the bottom rope there. We know what he's going to set up for. There it is. And now you're just going to sit down squarely right in the crevice there of your knee. That's not going to do you any favors going forward in this matchup.
Devastation Reborn now showing that tag team continuity that I mentioned that they had earlier on, that is surprisingly good tag team continuity. Oh, look out, Jermaine now. Hopefully going to try to go for a schoolboy, unable to get more than 2 out of it. And Ali quick to cut him off.
Sent right back down.
And so far from his partner. And you can see Ali again, right up in the face of Tigo, verbally trying to bait him into the ring again, knowing that if he is able to get in there, then it's going to be able to cause more double team opportunities for Devastation Reborn out. And exactly just as I say it, here comes Tigo. Tigo needs to get that temper under control.
Well, you got to remember, this is going to go a long way in the tag team ranks here at World Class, as whoever wins this could very rightfully say that they deserve another title shot or deserve a title shot against the Arrow Club. And you know, as I stated at the very beginning, Devastation Reborn would love to be a team to have a crack at those tag titles.
Jermaine trying to fire up, trying to fight his way out of this situation, create a little distance for himself, swings and misses with a clothesline. Mahali does not miss, and again, Jermaine finds himself on his back in enemy territory. Here's a cover 2, and only enough for 2.
Jermaine, you were talking earlier about Devastation Reborn cutting the ring in half. They've been successfully doing so. They've had great tag team strategies to go against the Step Brothers and their unofficial brother, I guess, referee Nick Chin, who has assisted them a couple times in this matchup. But you know what he's not going to assist with is a sliding clothesline, taking Jermaine down into the cover.
And Tigo with the save, perhaps the only thing to keep this match alive. But again, his entrance into the ring forces the referee to turn his back to what's going on and allows Devastation Reborn to carry out an unfair advantage, as now Ali disrespectfully just stepping on the sternum of Jermaine.
Well, he's an infidel. What do you expect?
Jermaine now being turned over. Oh, are they going to try to apply the camel? Yes, I'll leave it to camel clutch. Oh, look at this.
Sliding drop kick. There it is.
What a beautiful double team maneuver. I will give them 100% credit there. And we could have victory here. No, Tigo again with the save. And again, the only thing keeping this match alive. Jermaine has got to get to his corner, has got to make that tag, and Tigo has got to keep his temper under control and stay outside so as not to cause more opportunity for Devastation Reborn to do these underhanded things.
Well, what you call underhanded, I call successful. And that's what they're looking to do, is be successful here. And as you can see, yes, Alfarot's telling you, watch it coming. He's going to show Jermaine a whole new world via the magic carpet ride.
Mahali flies, but nobody home. Nobody home there as Mahali crashes and burns. And now, with both men down, this may be the last chance that Jermaine has to get to his corner as Ferrari. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me?
Look at the smart tag team strategy. And look at the Step Brother. He definitely shouldn't have done that. Tigo then again breaking the attention away from the referee.
It seems like any and every chance that Jermaine has to get to that corner, the Devastation Reborn does something to cut that off and drag Jermaine all the way back to the far side.
Because they're tag team specialists. How many more times do I got to tell you this?
Well, I can show you that Jermaine is trying to fire up here. Jawbreaker there by Jermaine, who has slowly but surely fought his way back to the middle of the ring. And now trading out slugs in the center there. J-Effect by Jermaine. Not a lot of power behind it, but enough to put Ali down.
You see a little bit of concern there on Alfarot. Trying to encourage Rashid to go make the tag to Mahali.
I said last time that this may have been the last time for Jermaine to make that tag. I could be wrong. This could be it, and he makes it. The tag is made. Here comes Tigo. Tigo's got to carry this match now. He's got to fight off both members of Devastation Reborn on his own. Oh, I say that. And Jermaine right there to help him out. No matter how fatigued he is, he's going to he's going to back up his stepbrother. And now Tigo, 3 rights and a floss. Swing around on the left. And Mahali is rocking and reeling himself, has no idea where he is. Jermaine trying to pick up Mahali. I'm not sure he's got enough strength left in him. He's just going to hold him up there. As Tigo off the top rope, drop kick. And now Ferrat up and Ferrat down. Well, that's what you get for getting up where you don't belong.
There's no reason for that. Alfarot didn't do anything.
No, but maybe not. But Tigo's about to make Mahali eat defeat. Tigo over, hooks the leg, and that's it. 3 count, victors, Step Brothers. It must have felt like an eternity for Jermaine as he was trapped in the ring, unable to get to his corner. But once the tag was made, once Tigo was actually to officially be able to be in this ring, the Step Brothers put everything together and come out victorious. As you said, Travis, a strong case can be made now that the Step Brothers, along with Devastation Reborn and along with the Von Erichs, deserve opportunities for those world-class tag team titles. Let's hear Jermaine. Let's hear what Jermaine has to entertain us with here. Okay, stop it.
What did I miss? Oh, wait a minute, I haven't missed it? Oh, okay. Well, let me know when this is over and I'll come back.
Would you be serious for just a moment?
How am I not being serious now? I feel like this went on for a lot longer than a moment.
Well, a great victory here for the Step Brothers. They made a clear and concise notion to everybody that they belong in that tag team division, that they belong at the top in contention to the Arrow Club, and that they want to be able to walk out one day the tag team champions.
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind. Just never mind.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Glacier will be here later tonight. We also saw Boone the Bounty Hunter from Boone's Big Adventure. Boone the Bounty Hunter, also known as John Morrison and many other names, currently on Survivor. He will also be here later tonight. You also have the chance to step in the ring tonight with Psycho Sid, who's going to be taking pictures in the ring and signing autographs later this evening. We also want to thank Raising Illinois Productions and Black Island Productions for their help with our music and our video productions, which you see here and on the Patreon Network. The World Class Revolution site has lots of incredible video content, including the Wizard of World Class and so much more. So we thank you for checking that out. You guys ready for the next match? You having fun so far? Good, we love to hear that. This next round set for one fall is for the World Class Revolutionary Championship.
Got anything left in there, Justin? I mean, it's only a 90-minute episode here.
Well, we want to keep the crowd up to date. We want to get them excited about all the stars that we have here for Oklamania, because this is the biggest event that World Class puts on in Oklahoma every single year.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you telling me something that I already knew. But you know what else I know?
Introducing first, the challenger, to be coming to the ring by Annalyn, Damon Windsor.
Well, I believe that the Altar looks to have recruited a new follower.
Well, I want to make something poignantly clear. This is the rightful return match that Damon Windsor has wanted. He wanted this matchup against Retro Randy Price. And yes, indeed, you can see a new follower. I told you before, Berlin, that there were several followers of the Altar. Bear witness.
Damon Windsor and Retro Randy Price defeated for that Revolutionary Championship. And as you said tonight, this is the return match. This is Windsor cashing in that return clause in the contract to try and take that championship back from Retro Randy. Not only that, but also to inflict the first defeat for Randy in his world-class career. He is undefeated, as we've said on many occasions.
And what a gift that would be to the Altar for Damon Windsor to bring the Revolutionary Championship back to the pinnacle of the Altar.
He did have a very long reign as Revolutionary Champion, although, as I said several times during the matches that we've seen on World Class Television, I felt that Windsor in many instances was lucky. He found ways to escape with the championship, not so much actually defend the championship, but he did walk out as champion on several occasions, as was documented here. Not able to do so, though, when he faced Randy Price. And now Windsor hopes to be able to overcome and set aside all of those past defeats and perhaps any and all concerns that he has about whether he can get the job done here with Price and bring that championship back home.
Oh, he can. He most certainly can and will once he gets his hands on Randy here.
He's got his hands on Justin Roberts right there.
He He got his hand on the mic now.
Well, I'm sure that Mr. Windsor has some enlightening words for the crowd here.
And one more taker!
Wretched swine of Ardmore, lend me your ears.
Yes, sir!
I come before you today to report a crime, grand larceny, because the man who follows me today stole my revolutionary championship. I am the one true champion, the leader of this revolution, the voice you should all listen to. He is the thief. I know why you people cheer for Retro Randy. He's just like each and every one of you sad, pathetic people. Stuck living in the past because today they have nothing to live for. But I offer you all a chance today to stand beside us, to stand behind me, the leader of the revolution. Stand from your seats, reach your hands to the heavens, and from the bottoms of your soul, say along with me, all hail the altar!
You feel that, Vernon? Do you feel it?
I feel this. I feel a little old school coming in.
Revolutionary champion,
Retro Randy Price, the revolutionary champion, the man who kicks it old school, who brings with him all the teachings and the lessons that were given to him by the coach, Gary Toole.
You said he likes to give old school beatings to a bunch of old school suckers. As you know, Retro Randy is trying to make it a clean win again over David Windsor. But what's Randy doing?
Well, Randy usually there to hype up the crowd, but to step the...
David Windsor!
Oh, he's got his own
One
microphone.
more
How many times are we going to relive this deja vu episode? I mean, I know I'm retro, but man, I feel like I've lived this experience over and over. We all know what's going to happen. You come out here flapping your gums to a good crowd of people. You come out here acting a fool, and at some point, that white heathen now is going to get her hands on me some way or another. Well, you know what? That Marty McFly with me. So you know what? I could bring up some footage on the screen and have enough evidence to get her canned out of here, but I'm no chicken. So I say, instead of reliving the same thing over and over again, how about we make this no disqualification?
Oh, wow.
What do you say, big guy? What do you say? No disqualification. Come on, Ardmore. Come on, if you want to see it, you want to see it. No DQ. No DQ. No DQ. No DQ.
Well, I think the fans here at Oklamania 3 are 100% behind Retro Randy.
That doesn't mean they gotta make fun of the man.
And I believe that Damon Windsor accepted the offer. This will now be a no disqualification match for the Revolutionary Championship.
I don't know how smart that was of Randy to throw that out there. But I mean, I guess you're going to have to live with the consequences of your actions, as he's going to find out from the leader of the altar, Damon Windsor.
Well, I think that Randy Price understands, like he said, that it doesn't matter whether the stipulation of no DQ is there or not. Anna Lynn is going to find a way to inject herself into this match. She tried to do that when Randy won the championship, and now this pretty much gives a free hand, perhaps, to to Randy Price to physically allow himself to keep Anna Lynn out of the situation. If she wants to be part of this match, she can be part of this match. She can take the beating as is well deserved.
Well, Randy definitely taking the time to come out here and involve the crowd and even other members of World Class that don't necessarily want to be involved. I mean, did you see that timekeeper? He just batted that timekeeper on the head for just doing his job.
He's a friendly guy. I think it was more of a love tap than anything else.
It may have been, but I can tell you, he was a good-looking timekeeper, though, wasn't he?
I'm not really one to judge, sir, but I'll let you make that decision on your own.
Well, you know.
Price holding up the championship belt there, hands it over to Nick Chin, who then shows it off to Windsor. Windsor, of course, very familiar with that championship belt. And as soon as you get acknowledgement from Windsor, Windsor taking the belt now and hoisting it up, he has not won it. And don't you dare say possession is 9/10 of the law. Just because he has it in his hands doesn't mean he's champion.
Okay, fine. Be a spoil sport like that. But what he is a former Revolutionary champion, so he does know the importance of it. Even though he is no longer the title holder at the present time, doesn't mean that he doesn't understand the gravity of this matchup, being no DQ with the Revolutionary title on the line, and now Randy just seems like he's having fun, and Windsor's had enough fun.
Yeah, fun's over. Here comes Windsor. And Windsor about to deliver the beating here to Randy Price, who made a cardinal mistake, turned his back on Damon Windsor.
Oh, cardinal mistake. I see what you did there.
And now Windsor ramming ahead into the top turnbuckle, but Price out of the way. Windsor driving himself into the turnbuckle, and Price going to reinforce that shot.
Now we see Randy charging in again. That's, what, about 3 or 4 clotheslines now. Bulldog right out of the corner, but look at Damon Windsor.
Yeah, Windsor very, very smart, very, very ring aware. I'm never going to deny that. And using that ring awareness to understand that he could more easily roll out of the ring to avoid a pinfall situation than to try to fight his way back up.
Well, if you see right there,
Price, of course, not really restrained here by any particular rules, is going to carry the fight to the outside with him.
well, referee didn't even start the 10 count, so it makes him wonder.
Now see, there we go. If you want to be part of this match, I'm just going to cast you aside. Get thee behind me.
See, that's what you get.
That's what she did, and her fingers straight into the eyes of Randy Price.
Well, Randy should have known better. He should have known not to lay his hands on a woman. That's just the gentlemanly thing to do.
Well, she may be a woman, but she's no lady, so he doesn't have to be a gentleman towards her.
She's more of a lady than what you have at the moment.
I'll be happy to stick with what I have in comparison to that. Price blocking the attempts to ram his head into the ring apron, and now takes control here and introduces Windsor.
Windsor's now in just a daze of this moment. And now you got to know that this no DQ match, I mean, you got to think that this favors Windsor more than it does Price.
I would say that the likelihood.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. That wouldn't even hurt Randy.
Was that a close fist? If so, you need
It's
to watch
a
that.
disqualification. What's he going to do? Remember?
Oh, I know he's going to just slam him down on the apron. That I do know. And I can see that Retro Randy is in a world of pain after hitting that hard part of the apron on the ring. The hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, Randy, and here comes Anna Lynn.
Okay, he has nobody to blame but himself.
Well, unfortunately, that is true. There's no repercussions. There's nothing that Price asked for this, and Price now perhaps going to suffer the consequences. As you said earlier, this might not have been the smartest choice on his part, especially when you get thrown into a barricade like that.
Definitely not a smart choice. Who in the world convinced Retro to even suggest a no disqualification match against the Alter and Damon Windsor? It is beyond me.
Price managed to make his way back to his feet, but
Oh, Lord! Turnabout's fair play, isn't it?
power of that right hand. And now Price being choked over the top of that steel retaining barrier as Damon Windsor slowly and methodically works his way around the body parts of Randy Price and attempts to wear down Price enough to put him back into the ring and easily get a pinfall. You'll notice the majority of this match so far taking place outside the ring. And referee Nick Chan again, basically just there to count a 3 or call for a submission as Price going for the steel chair. Anna Lynn grabbing that away, and Windsor from behind going to rake the eyes, much like Anna Lynn had done on Price before.
Well, you took your eye off the ball there for a minute, Randy, and that's what you get. You paid with a headshot against a steel post to boot. And look at that, Randy may be out.
And Nick Chin checking on that, and you can certainly see the glazed look on the eyes when they're open of Randy Price as Windsor now setting that steel chair across the torso of Randy Price, just trying to he's gonna step on it here. What's he? Yeah, this full weight down across the chair, driving that steel into the sternum and driving the air out of the lungs of Randy Price.
And Damon Windsor, we know that he has been one that is close to the altar. He understands that he is that of nothing more than beneath a higher being, but he gets all of his power and wisdom from that. And of course, Retro Randy, for whatever reason, decided to question and test that power.
Randy on a swimming chair. Price now going to take full advantage of this no disqualification opportunity. Says, you want a war, I'll bring you a war. Have a seat, Mr. Windsor. And Price goes for the pinfall, hooks the leg, but way too close to the ropes.
There you go. But the ropes wouldn't have meant anything anyway. The ring was right there.
The opportunity to pull Windsor out of the ring by being that close to the ropes.
Well, you know, David Windsor, he's been wanting this rematch for quite some time now. Of course, he was robbed of his Revolutionary title back in Denton. And now look at that. See, he still feels like that is his title.
Well, he's got it in his hands now. It's not truly his, but he can bring it into the ring, and he can use it as a weapon if he so chooses. And Price basically begging him, saying, come on, you want to play with that? I'll play with that.
He didn't say that exactly. He actually had some more four-letter choice words for Mr. Windsor.
Windsor now cautiously getting back into the ring. Price there before Windsor can completely get back inside. Oh! Well.
Anna Lynn.
Sorry, Anna Lynn. It's, well, yeah.
It's not mating time yet, so it's okay.
No.
Oh, no, not again.
It may be a long time before Windsor is able to do that.
Yeah, that did go right up through the upright goalpost, I'll tell you that. 3 points is good.
Windsor again, you can see him trying to roll towards the ring.
Oh, no, there you go
There's
again.
Anna Lynn trying to yank down.
And just
Windsor completing what Anna Lynn started. Windsor now down with the pinfall. Boom. Gets 2, but Price able to get all the way over onto his stomach.
Now you understand, Burnham, that if David Windsor walks away as the victor on this one, there's no excuses for you to make for Retro Randy. There's nothing you could say that says it was unfair, because remember, he was the one that suggested no disqualification.
And it's certainly paying off for Damon Windsor right now as essentially a 2-on-1 situation.
He asked for it.
Which, again, nothing referee can do about this. It is perfectly legal. Anna Lynn digging those claws into the eyes of Randy Price while Windsor worked over the ankle. I believe you can see Randy clutching that right ankle.
I mean, Windsor's just been on a tear here. Ever since that chair shot to the head, it seemingly woke up Windsor once Randy had connected with that chair shot, because now it's been nothing but ruthless from Damon Windsor.
Windsor standing victorious, at least inside of his own head, on the lower back of Randy Price as he now attempts to pick Price up. But Price counters with a jawbreaker. Staggers Windsor back into the corner. Price, Irish whip out of the corner, but, well, I thought maybe Windsor was going to reverse it, but no. Price now, downstairs, drop kicking the knee out from underneath Windsor.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look out, short DDT here.
Oh, man.
Connecting right in the middle of the ring. Price over, hooks the leg, 2, and...
Oh, just barely, though. That short DDT maneuver, might as well call it a boombox. It has such impact and kickback on it. It almost took the championship and put it back around the waist of Randy Price.
And Price now upstairs area.
Look, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the sacrifice here. Looking after her man, knowing that she's putting herself in harm's way. Look at that.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm not quite sure why Randy Price is waiting. There you go.
Randy! That is very, very unmanly of him to do that. She is a woman for crying out loud.
Well, then she,
come on.
she can stick to her place outside the ring, which is where officially she should be.
Listen
and now Price with the cover, but where's the referee? Is the referee checking on Anna Lynn?
That's the gentlemanly thing to do, you male chauvinist. How dare you say that she is not worth the time? Oh! Well, Randy, you wanted no disqualification, right? You wanted no DQ. One more for good measure because there's 2 letters in the phrase no DQ. And I ain't speaking about Dairy Queen.
There's 4, but nonetheless.
No, DQ stands for disqualification. Do not correct me again.
DQ's
Do not correct me again.
Price now downstairs as
there's a title shot.
Windsor taking that championship and utilizing it to its best advantage.
I feel like we're just moments away from crowning a new revolutionary champion once again.
We may well be. Oh, Price, I thought he broke that off, but Windsor now picking Price up. Oh, Price able to shrug his way out of that. Price upstairs. Counters Windsor. Creates a little space. Price now from the second rope. Off. Down. Drop that face first. Face first on the championship. Referee in. And 3 count. Randy Price retains the Revolutionary Championship.
Randy Price came off the middle rope there, and by hook or crook, I'm going to call it crook, Randy Price hitting that pater from the middle rope, bringing David Windsor face first to the mat. Oh, I guess we're going to party now.
Well, he is victorious. It is his right to do so.
Where's the Step Brothers when they need a good party?
Well, the Step Brothers and Randy have had some past between them, both good and bad. But nonetheless, Randy Price retains both his undefeated streak as well as the Revolutionary Championship. He didn't do it in the most painless of ways, but he still was able to do so. And you say by hook or crook, and you say by crook. I say, how can you do anything illegal in a no disqualification match?
Because that was not what was originally intended.
I'm pretty sure the intention of no DQ is that nothing is illegal.
You missed my point completely, Vernon. Sometimes I don't even know why I bother with you. Sometimes I feel like I should just go sit out there and ring a bell.
You're more than welcome to go practice your skills in that area if you so see fit.
And now, this next bout is set for 1 fall. Introducing first.
Fans, this one is going to be an absolute barn burner of a match. 2 men who personify high-flying lucha-style wrestling. El Fuego del Sol, former Revolutionary Champion.
And one of his opponent is a lucha legend.
Absolutely. Juventud Guerrera.
Yes, the juice is back. You ever tried that juice before?
No, I've never had the pleasure of actually meeting Juventud in person.
I'm telling you, when you try his juice, it makes you do back flips, front flips, side flips, all kinds of flips. And then, not only can you flip more like El Fuego, but guess what? You actually get the dive, too. I know everybody likes to dive these days.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent.
Absolutely love listening to that music. It brings back such fond memories of this man right here. Back from the old WCW days in their cruiserweight division, a former cruiserweight champion in his own right, a man who has held titles in almost any organization that he steps foot in. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Mexicool. He is the Juice, Juventud Guerrera.
As you say, an absolute legend in Lucha Libre, former World Cruiserweight Champion, second generation star, son of Fuerza Guerrera, and Juventud Guerrera now, whose siblings have just recently have broken into the sport as well. Juventud way out in the pack as far as continuing the Guerrera legacy, not to be confused with the Guerrero legacy, which we will see in the main event. But
fun story, when I was a kid, I used to get Guerrera and Guerrero mixed up. Well, actually, I used to think they were the same family. I was a kid back then.
that's understandable. Only one letter difference. But certainly a major difference between those two stars, as it looks like Juventud Guerrera is going to be perhaps taking a selfie with
That's exactly what he's doing.
crowd as soon as he gets the gloves out of the way. It is hard. Those touch screens don't work well unless you can actually touch them. Oh, there we go. Juventud Guerrera making a moment for the fans here at Oklamania 3.
These people are just in the presence of a legend right now.
This is a tremendous example of the type of talent that comes into world class all the time. Great names, great legacies, and
Oh, look at that. That man even got a picture for it.
that's right. Well, I expect this to be an excellent match and a very fairly contested match here. Both of these men, obviously, lucha specialists. And I suspect there will be a show of respect here at the beginning. There we go. Handshake between the two.
This is a big opportunity for Fuego right now.
Yeah, this is an outstanding opportunity for El Fuego to be able to compete someone at the level of experience, the level of ability of Juventud. I mean, El Fuego, obviously a tremendous participant himself, and really the resident luchador, if you will, for world class, and getting a lot of national recognition for his abilities. But, I mean, when you step in the ring with someone like Juventud Guerrera,
Oh, man, look at that.
over the top, lands on his feet.
You ain't got to step out of the ring for that one. He's just going to go ahead and flip over that top rope out of the ring for you.
As I was saying, the opportunities as Juventud takes Fuego down, the opportunities that Fuego have gotten perhaps now are going to be even greater if he's able to pull a victory out over a legend like Juventud Guerrera.
Well, it ain't going to happen when you get caught doing a midair springboard drop kick, and it looks like Juvi knew what was coming as he hit a drop kick of his own. Reverse Mexican whip, head scissors takedown, and then an arm drag to boot, and right back into a submission hold. As the legend of Lucha, Juventud Guerrera, the Juice, showing what has made him so successful over several decades in professional wrestling.
He has not lost a step. Everything there crisp and clean the way that he would want it to be. As Juventud Guerrera has put El Fuego down here, has kept him from being able to get that vertical base underneath him, has kept him away from the corner posts, and
Doing exactly what you should do, cutting the ring off to your advantage.
Guerrera now with a standing wrist lock.
And it's a strong standing wrist lock there. Look at that. Look how Juventud just wrenching on there.
Yeah, Fuego actually forced to his knees, trying to find some way to get out of this. As you can see, Guerrera just applying just a slight bit of different pressure. Oh, a couple of a nip up there by El Fuego, and Fuego now interlacing the fingers. Going to use those corner posts. And
Oh, my
wow,
Lord.
the innovation there. Hurricanrana by El Fuego. Good Lord. And just like that, the match is reversed in tone. That's Fuego now with a pin. 2, and only good for 2.
Fuego definitely bringing his A game. Knew what he had in store tonight. Knew that he had a tall task ahead of him. But it seems like he's actually rising to the occasion.
Fuego going to charge in. Intercepts the boot, but Juventud the headbutt to the midsection and the European forearm. Fights Fuego out now. Juventud interlocking the fingers himself.
Say, if you can do it, I can do one better.
Let's see what Juventud
Oh, but look at that. Fuego caught Juvi.
But Juvi landed on his feet on the apron. Fuego again trying. Oh, man. Just driving Fuego head first into the ring apron and to the outside. Fans, this action's so fast, almost impossible to call these moves as they're hit in such rapid succession. And that's the lucha style that Juventud Guerrera, people like him, like Eddie Guerrero, like Chavo Jr., like Rey Mysterio.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And then I wondered about this because it was so weird to me seeing Juventud wear the mask that he lost in WCW all those years ago.
He still will go out and sport it around. It's his choice as to whether or not he decides to compete with or without it on. Juvi started off this match with the war mask, but then as we see now, I guess him taking off, it's almost like the strap's coming down. You mean business now.
And Juventud now. Irish Whip reversed there. Up, caught, and sends Fuego in. Fuego up and over. Sunset flip. Juvi out of that. Juvi drops the feet. Oh, takes him straight to the side of the face.
We saw that El Fuego expected the drop kick. Juvi just moved his arms and kicked him square in the head.
Brainbuster by Juvi. And I don't know, I didn't think it was actually possible, but the pace of this match is actually turned up. It was already, I thought it would 10. Now it's about an 18.
Oh, you really raising the bar there.
I mean, look, did you see how quickly those moves were put together? And now Juventud just going for a simple reverse chin lock, but with Fuego down on the mat. This is going to apply all the more pressure to El Fuego and to prevent him from being able to breathe properly. Can certainly keep him locked down and unable to get that vertical base underneath him, and prevent much of his offensive wares from being used.
Well, I think people forget that even though Juventud is a specialty in high flying, he definitely knows how to control you on the ground as well. Don't ever underestimate the basic wrestling skills of Juventud. Look at that.
Nice lucha roll there by Juvi.
Oh, but a nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Fuego.
And Fuego says, that's great, I'll do it again.
Or you think he might go for third time's a charm?
I don't think so. I think he's got something different in mind here as Fuego out of the corner. Diving splash, nobody home. Juvi with a running clothesline, up ends Fuego, up and over. And Juvi now goes for the pin, hooks the leg, 2. But still cannot keep the youngster down.
God, both these men got to be physically exhausted here with how quick that this match has started off, and then, as you said, it just has seemingly been raised as the course of the match continues. I don't know how much either of these men are going to have left in them.
Juventud now setting Fuego up. Fuego floats over to the back. Maybe going to go for a German suplex. Juventud reverses. Elbow shot by Fuego. Breaks out of that and runs straight into a chop by Juvi.
Looked like a forearm, actually.
Well, okay, that may be the case, in which case they're trading back and forth. Oh, now this time, Fuego from behind. Fuego stops in front. Juvi up, standing. Oh, excuse me, Fuego standing. Hurricane Rana into a pinfall situation. Juvi reverses as well. Just one pinfall scenario into another. This is number 5 here. This is, Fuego breaks out of it. No time for this, oh, look at that. They're both trying to anticipate each other. And double clothesline, both men down.
That's what I was going to say. That's what started all that exchanging of pinfalls to begin with, was you saw Juvi came off of the ropes. Fuego was originally going to expect Juvi to dip low, and I think Fuego was going to try to stop him. Juvi thought he was going to do the leapfrog. Both of them halted their tracks in a great defensive maneuver from both, and it ended up to where we are now. Both been trying to read the match, and neither one of them being able to solve the other.
And that says a lot, I mean, obviously for Juventud, but really a lot for El Fuego, that he is able to match minds and match strategy with a veteran like Juventud Guerrera, as these two now just trading forearm shots in the middle of the ring. Spin kick there by Juvi. As Juvi going to go ram the head. Nope. Juvi is reversed, but Juvi slides through those ropes. Fuego comes up with nothing. Juvi up to the top rope. Off the top, nice cross body.
Oh, look at that, rolls right through.
Yeah, Juvi doesn't stop to try for the pin. Juvi driver, that's it right there. 2. No!
Oh, wow.
He kicked out of the Juvi driver. That move has put so many opponents for Juventud Guerrero away.
It's won him numerous cruiserweight titles.
And Juventud could not keep El Fuego down with the Juvi driver.
and he came from literally out of nowhere from that, rolled through the cross body that he landed from the top rope, straight into the Hoovy driver. El Fuego, props to you for kicking out.
Now,
Sling blade backbreaker into the face planter.
and Fuego rolling up Hoovy. 2. Ow!
Oh, wow.
Again, so close. And Fuego not about to let this opportunity pass himself by. As Fuego maybe going to look for sliced bread number 2. Up, no. Hoovy counter it.
Oh, wow, look at Hoovy counter it.
Him upside down. Hoovy driver. Hoovy driver. I think this is it here.
Yes, it is.
Juventud Guerrera victorious in this absolute masterpiece of a match, but give 100% credit to El Fuego del Sol. He stepped in the ring with a man the caliber and ability of Juventud Guerrera. He not only held his own, at times he was able to outthink Juventud Guerrera and come just moments away from picking up a victory himself. But man, the juice still has it as he is victorious today at Oklamania.
There's a lot of juice in that body, I'm telling you. Juventud Guerrera has been doing it for years upon years, still not missed a beat. And I gotta tell you, that was an exciting match to watch for yours truly right there. And the old legend of my youth, Juventud Guerrera, he's got something to say.
Hey, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. This year is going to be my anniversary, 26 years in the business. Oh, God, baby! So, Fuego, you ready? 1-1-1. You win 1, I win 1. Let's see who's the best. Let's make a third one. You tap it? But let's make it here. While we're here, come on! Hey, you're very talented. I agree with that. Very talented guy. Give it up for him, please. Well, let me tell you something. You're not facing the great one. You're not facing the best one. You're facing the cheap one.
Every time I step in the ring with a legend like Juventud Guerrera, I know it's going to be a fight. Yes. So when we do, in a place like Ardmore, Oklahoma, I know I'm in for a war. So me and you, uno más.
One more time, they agreed to it. They each have one victory. There will be a third and deciding match between these two sometime in the future in world class. I cannot wait to see that match, Travis.
Absolutely. We came in here, we said how big of another opportunity it was for El Fuego to go up against the legend Juventud Guerrera. And he had, in my opinion, had he beaten Hoovy here, 2 wins over the legend, back-to-back would have been amazing. But Juventud Guerrera showing why he is indeed a legend of Lucha Libre. And yes, I am up for round 3 between these two when they are ready and we have the time and place. Let's get it on. Let's see Guerrera El Fuego for one more time, the rubber match between these two.
Well, and look out, here comes Flex ZERBA.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, I guess he was injured a little more than we expected in the aftermath of that.
Yeah, and you made fun of him for it. You made fun of this man. Now he's on crutches.
I mean, he didn't seem to be that.
He's got people signing it too.
I mean, that's not even a cast.
Doesn't matter.
Signing his tape.
Who cares?
What? All right, he's taking the microphone from Justin Roberts, and now it's going to crawl into the ring.
I got something to say. I got something to say. You people are gonna listen.
You people are just as responsible for this as that man right there. Justin, this is supposed to be Oklamania. I was supposed to have my Oklamania moment by winning the Danny Hodge Battle Royal. There was to be celebration I've never seen. It was to be rechristened Flexamania.
He's even got the shirt. Look at that. It says Flexamania
I
on
wonder how much it cost him to have that made for himself.
it. Shh.
This is Justin. His injury's on your chest. What people don't understand is you're looking at the best.
That's Justin's fault.
The best around. Flex ZERBA. People know that I am the master and ruler of one class.
I feel like that turn belongs to someone else.
Flex, that does. He
you
said the
know-
wrong thing.
You know, Flex said he wanted his Oklamania moment, and I think he's about to get it. Although maybe not the way he expected to.
Oh my lord.
Because when you talk about the master and the ruler, you talk about this man right here, Psycho Sid Vicious, on his way to the ring.
That is a big man.
Now you would think that Flex would learn eventually.
I'm an injured man. I'm ready to cast. To sign my cast.
Well, he signed the shirt, I guess, and now.
Oh, come on, Sid. Don't do this. Poor Flex. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh, he didn't say if he was hurt before.
Oh, no.
Right now.
Oh, Sid Vicious. Oh, no.
Sid Vicious. Oh, it seems the crowd, they want one more.
Oh, no, come on. That's once was bad enough.
Well, I'm sure that Flex can probably count this as cardio or something.
Oh, stop it, Burnham. That's ridiculous. This would be more of a strength test here. And Sid passes with flying colors. Poor Flexi, though. Oh.
Well, it's not been the best Oklamania for Flex, but it certainly has been a memorable one for him.
If he even remembers it.
Well, if not, he could probably tune in on the Patreon and relive it and see all the bits that he missed when he was unconscious.
Oh, that's a good shirt, though. It's a good-looking shirt.
It's not a bad shirt. I'll have to see if those are for sale.
They are. Then we'll go to the Flex ZERBA Rejuvenation account.
You want to keep going with more? You want more? Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is a triple threat match.
Well, World Class always at the forefront of the women's division as well, as we are about to see a triple threat ladies match here. And right here we see the return of a long-absent member of the Aero Club,
Yes.
Desi Dorada.
Yes, the warrior goddess has returned to the Aero Club. I had the pleasure of talking to Desi right before Oklamania came on the air. She is determined. She has, of course, been training nonstop for not just professional wrestling, but in an MMA career herself. She is not one, but just she is many, representing her native country here. Part of Aero Club to make native great again, I guess we should say. Desi definitely is looking to make an impact here with Oklamania.
Desi Dorada certainly getting a lot of international exposure. She recently completed a tour of the UK. She's also been getting some national exposure on the newly broadcast Ring Warriors program. And she is the first of 3 competitors in this triple threat match.
She's my fellow native. I'm not going to go against her. I'm not stupid. Again, I talked to this woman earlier. Her grip is unbelievable.
Well, you talk about people who want to come make an impact.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Here comes Marty Bell, one-time member of the Impact Wrestling roster.
1/3 member of the Dollhouse.
Yes, indeed.
And look at that, she's back in world class. It looks like she's all smiles, just back from overseas of a tour in Japan, looking to make her name here in world class once again. But you have 3 well-traveled and experienced veterans of professional wrestling.
You've got 2 of them in the ring right here. And you're absolutely right. The third one, of course, is certainly synonymous with international reputation here.
Yeah, you talk about making an impact.
Yeah, you talk about it just
Personification.
Yeah.
Participant.
And here she comes. She is wrestling royalty. Maya Valkyrie, the wife of John Morrison, Johnny Impact, Boone the Bounty Hunter, call him what you will.
We call him Boone here. Be very careful, you better not get us in any kind of legal trouble now.
Maya Valkyrie about to step foot here into this triple threat match as well. A woman who has spent so much time in Mexico perfecting the lucha libre style and then melding it with the American style of wrestling.
Of course, you've seen her in many different areas, as we have mentioned earlier. Impact Wrestling is her current home. Of course,
And Lucha Underground as
made
well.
her name there in Lucha Underground. Her and, I guess we'll call him Mundo.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo.
They, of course, are running Lucha Underground, and here recently they've taken over Impact as well. But right now, Taya Valkyrie is looking to be the best of world class in the women's ranks right now, right here tonight at Oklamania.
All 3 of these ladies certainly looking for a victory in this, which would propel them up in the rankings.
Oh, did you see that? Desi tried to throw in the shirt in the face of Taya. Remember, the Aero Club's mission statement is to make America native again. And she definitely is one to do so. She is a warrior goddess in her own right. But now look at this. It's almost like are they making fun of her for it?
I'm not sure what they were doing there. It did seem to be some sort of a pairing there of Bell and Valkyrie.
Almost like
on
they were
Dorada.
mocking it. They were mocking the traditions there of our ancestors.
Well, they're both certainly now physically accosting Desi Dorada. Double Irish whip there, going to run in. Oh, Dorada breaks through with that, but too late. I couldn't get the arms up for the double clothesline on her own part. And Dorada finds herself on the outside alone, while Valkyrie and Bell stand inside. Again, this is a triple threat match, not a handicap match. As Bell and Valkyrie shake the hands, and then Valkyrie immediately with a kick to the midsection. That's exactly the type of experience she brings in here. As Valkyrie, she knows both sides of the rule book, if you will. But she and Bell now trading charges and elbows.
Well, aren't they just so special there? Now that
Running Bulldog.
that little alliance of theirs is right down the toilet.
And the match was almost over right there with Dorada still on the outside. Nowhere. Where's she gone? I don't even see Desi Dorada right now.
Oh, Desi is a warrior. She knows when to take her time. She knows when to strike, and right now is not the opportune time. But she will. Don't you worry.
All right. Well, right now, Taya Valkyrie in full control of this match over Marty Bell. Now I see Desi Dorada down in the bottom portion of our screen, making her way back into the ring.
Look at that, picking her spot. She has Taya off balance, off guard.
And a spin kick right there. Face of Taya Valkyrie.
See what I'm talking about? Again, you don't want to bet against this woman. You may not know Desi Dorado as well as the other 2, but I promise you by the end of this match, you will.
Desi Dorado with an absolute mean and vicious streak behind her. As you say, she's got experience in multiple forms of in-ring combat, and of course that international experience as well, hyping up her confidence level. As Dorada with a diving chop puts Valkyrie down in the corner.
Yeah, you wanted to make fun of
Drop kick
you wanted
there.
to make fun of the native dance earlier. Now you're starting to get it and understand it on a physical level there. Rolls through after stomping, takes aim, shoots the arrow, and lands finds her target, bullseye.
Excellent flurry of moves there by Desi Dorada, who now drags Taya back out into the middle of the ring with a knee in the midsection, goes for the pin, a unique pin style there, but not enough to keep her down.
Well, let me enlighten you a little bit there, Burnham. That is part of the MMA training right there. That is what they call in jiu-jitsu. It's simple but effective. That was a knee on belly. She would put all of her pressure down on the sternum there. It was surprising to me that Taya was even able to kick out.
And I don't know if you caught it there, but Dorada with a symbolic slicing of the forehead as if to indicate that she intends to scalp
Yes.
Valkyrie at some point in this match. As she turns Valkyrie over, single leg Boston Crab.
No. It's not the single leg Boston Crab. That is the single leg native crab.
I stand corrected as she now breaks and just simply sits down on the back of Valkyrie. One way or the other, no matter what you call it, it applies pressure to the back and the knees.
God, look at the strength.
Yeah.
Look at Desi's strength.
Absolute power there by Dorada, who just muscles Taya Valkyrie over. And Valkyrie is a strong woman on her own. She could not counter that move.
Desi's unbelievable, let me tell you. She is an unbelievable specimen.
To their credit, both of these women have actually been able to negate Marty Bell, who's been trapped on the outside while Dorada and Valkyrie continue to compete here. Bell has really got to get herself literally back into this match and may not have an opportunity as that spin slam by Dorada comes so close to getting a 3 count there.
But right back to work. There's Desi not giving Taya enough time to recuperate.
Oh, now just look at the disrespect on the part of
That's
Dorada.
not disrespectful. She's just shoving her face down in the canvas.
How is that not disrespectful?
I mean, what do you mean how's that not disrespectful? They're in a competition, Burnham. What are you talking about? Acting as if this is supposed to be touch football or something. Trust me, there's enough flags out there being thrown this season. We don't have those here. Instead, we have just the unmasculating power of Desi Dorada taking down Taya Valkyrie. That can do it right here.
That very well could, but again, Dorada with that ring presence, who saw Marty Bell trying to make her way back in, negated that, and that may have cost her right there. If she'd been able to, if this had been a one-on-one match, and she had executed that move and had been for the pin immediately, I think it's very possible that Dorada could be having her hand raised in victory right now.
Possible and more than likely, but a power
Beautiful
slam.
scoop power slam by Dorada, but still some energy left inside Taya Valkyrie, and the frustration now beginning to mount. And speaking of mounting, look at Marty Bell going that top rope, coming off the top with a cross body, puts down Dorada, but Dorada kicks out before the referee can even count 1.
Oh, look at her break through the clothesline. Marty Bell in again.
Yeah, barely registering these clotheslines from Bell.
I told you this is a warrior. Oh, no.
She registered that. Big spear there by Bell. Bell now going for the cover on Dorada. Hooks the leg. And no, not good enough there. Bell now finds herself with 2 prone opponents. She's got to pick one, and she's going to stay on Dorada. But Valkyrie, sensing an opportunity as well, slips in and picks up Dorada.
That just goes to show you the biggest threat in the match is Desi.
And now some teamwork here by Valkyrie and Dorada, just like we saw at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, now this is ridiculous here.
Well, this is going to wear down Dorada, but then which one of them is going to take the pin? You can only have one winner in this type of a match. Dorada getting an interesting rear view there. And now just running straight on. Those knees coming onto the shoulders. As Bell catches Dorada, drops her with an DDT. Bell going,
Yes! You can't have 2 winners in this match, ladies. 1 pinfall to a finish. Why the referee even started counting is
well, I mean, the
beyond
shoulders
me.
were down. They both.
It doesn't matter. There's only 1 winner. You can't have 2 people win 1 match.
I understand that point. At that point, I think it would have been the referee's judgment to see who would have been the winner. But ultimately, I guess it doesn't matter because Dorada back in control of this match.
Absolutely. It's irrelevant at this point. The double clothesline, and now the back suplex, spinning power.
Wow. And with complete ease, Dorada running Valkyrie around in circles. And Marty Bell, only thing to keep this match alive now. And Dorada says, get out of here. But Valkyrie with the schoolgirl.
No.
Picks up the win.
The winner of this match, Taya Valkyrie.
Well, Taya only got it at the most opportune time. That did not take any kind of strength or physicality, really. That just was simple timing and positioning. Desi frustrated, as she should be, because she was so close to knocking off two international stars of Marty Bell and Taya Valkyrie.
What you have seen here, ladies and gentlemen, are three of the top female competitors in the world put on a tremendous display of athleticism. Taya Valkyrie able to pick up the victory, capitalizing on just a momentary, brief misjudgment on the part of Marty Bell. But all three of these ladies certainly showing exactly why they are world-renowned, world-respected. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing more of all three of them, nationally and internationally, in the future, and certainly here in World Class.
Absolutely, we'll see more of these women in World Class. Three of the top prospects right now. And of course, Desi, she left. She was disappointed, and I can't blame her one single bit. But whether you want to disagree with her or not, Taya was the winner.
If you don't mind. Out of curiosity, if I say the following contest is scheduled for one fall, see? You were going to do that. You guys have been a fantastic audience tonight, and we appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this next bout, I would like all of you to be the very special guest ring announcer. That means you guys get to say the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and I'll say the one fall, like you've been doing. We'll switch places. Is that cool? You guys all want to be the guest ring announcer? Alright, so, when I point to you, it's the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Alright, you guys ready? You want to practice it to yourselves? Practice it, take a second, feel it. You got to put a lot of energy into it, okay? A lot of emotion. You got to have fun. You get to be the guest ring announcer at Oklamania. Are you ready? Alright. We'll get the cameras on you too so you can be on our TV show, okay? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ready?
Here at World Class, we're all about fan interaction and fan participation. And that's exactly what you saw right there. But indeed, we're off now to another outstanding match.
Introducing first, representing Aeroca, is Kyle.
We now see one half of the World Class Tag Team Champions, Coyote, stepping out here.
And of course, he's got himself a tall task in his own right here tonight. We saw fellow Aero Club member Desi just now go through that hellacious triple threat match, but I don't think that he's going to have to worry about walking through hell, because I don't remember hell ever having a winter come through.
Yeah.
But believe me, Kaya, winter is coming to Oklamania.
I'm about to step into the ring with a WCW legend as well. Taking the microphone. I'm sure he'll have some choice words for the crowd here.
Ever since I stepped foot in this building, all I've heard is Glacier this and Glacier that. Well, I'm here to tell you that my native blood runs cold. And I'm here to thaw his old ass out. So let me tell you something. You want to be Sub-Zero? Get to this ring so Nightwolf can end you.
Some bold words there from Kyle, calling Glacier what many have always had as a critique of Glacier's, a Sub-Zero knockoff. But he just compared himself to Nightwolf.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He is
I have a feeling that there may be some regret on the part of Coyote once Glacier actually gets to the ring. As I've had the opportunity to be both backstage with Glacier as well as watch him compete in the ring recently. The man has not lost a step. He is still a top caliber athlete. And he is going to hopefully prove a point, or hope to prove a point, here against Coyote. Imposing visuals of Glacier coming to the ring. All that armor stripped down now.
Digging this music. It sounds so familiar. Oh, thanks. Just when I was getting to it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, whoever's controlling the music. I did not want to have to watch Travis Penbop next to me any longer.
Oh, shut up, Burnham.
All right, bell rung. We are underway here. Glacier and Coyote, one-on-one. You know, ever since Coyote first debuted here in World Class, he has fed the opportunity to face so many legendary figures of professional wrestling, men like Scott Steiner, men like Rhino, and he has had varying levels of success against all of them, but he's always stepped up. He's always stepped his personal game up. I want to see perhaps if he's going to do the same here, because he did say that Glacier was an old man. I'm not sure that Coyote really has any respect for Glacier and his accomplishments.
Well, it's because nobody has respect for him or the Arrow Club. That's the problem. Remember the mission statement? Must I tell you again? Let's make America native again, because this was stolen from our ancestors. So now he doesn't need to show respect to everybody else until they show him the respect that we rightfully deserve first.
Oh, and yeah, that's great right there.
It is great.
Well, you know, if you're going to dance around on one leg, you deserve to have it kicked out from underneath you. That's all I can say. What? Straight right hand by Glacier on Coyote. An Irish whip now. Puts Coyote down, and Coyote immediately to the outside. Going to break that momentum.
The Glacier's in firm control of the moment. Coyote just taking a breather right now.
Referee Nick Chin backing Glacier up so he can continue to apply the count here as Coyote takes that time.
I gotta ask you, Burnham, who do you think would win in a fight?
Between who?
What do you mean between who?
You just said who do you think would win between a fight?
Oh yeah, we're watching a match, aren't we?
Well, yeah. Well, that's what we're here to see.
Okay, so then who do you think would win?
Well, I gotta put my money on Glacier.
That's not what I was talking about, though.
That's what I'm asking.
I was simply referring to the comparisons that were made earlier. Who do you think would win, Sub-Zero or Nightwolf?
I never played Mortal Kombat, so I don't know.
What is wrong with you, Burnham?
I was a Donkey Kong guy. When they got to the games with like more than 2 buttons, I just kind of gave up.
Okay, well, you understand you just referenced the game that actually was created for the Super Nintendo that had more than 2 buttons.
Donkey Kong only had 2 buttons.
Donkey Kong was not originally called Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong came out and was renamed later on. The Adventures of Donkey Kong was the first and true originally named Donkey Kong game.
You know way too much about this.
You need to back off my nerd knowledge. You understand?
It's scary. Okay, collar and elbow tie-up as Coyote now back in the advantage position with the standing wrist lock.
Besides, my knowledge may be a little off here and there, but don't ever question me or my knowledge at all. But you know what you can also not question is that Coyote's in control right now.
Yes, Coyote 100% in control of Glacier.
And right now he's got Glacier down to one knee, wrenching on that arm. And look at that! Look at how he's bending that hand.
Bending that hand back where he's going to be able to scratch his own elbow if he's not careful. Now Glacier with fires back and reverses the situation now with a standing armbar. Blows under the shoulder joint there. Each one of them driving more pain into the shoulder and arm area of Coyote, who now has face down on the mat. And again, Coyote finding it more and more difficult to get the vertical base underneath him as Coyote rolls through and just yanks the arm away, and again makes his way to the outside. Coyote has got to be thinking or rethinking strategy right here, because everything that he has attempted has not panned out the way he would like it to. Coyote takes a seat. One of our security chairs.
Nothing wrong with taking a breather.
Well, it will be if he's out there for too long. Referee, I assume, is counting here. We don't have a camera on him. Okay, referee Nick Chin, over and aware. There's.
Well, I also thought that he wouldn't get involved earlier and wouldn't make himself a third man of a tag team, but you know what? I guess we all can be wrong here and there. Now Glacier, I guess, is just
Glacier is not wanting to wait for Coyote to stall on the outside, but Coyote dragging Glacier foot down, go first over the top rope, and now Coyote going to work the back of Glacier.
Straight kicks right there. Now going to the gut there of Glacier. Coyote has worn him down, and now we see Coyote just burying a knee or a foot, there's the foot, excuse me, right into the throat of Glacier. Glacier now back up there, but still a hard kick and right hand.
Irish whip propels Glacier into the far corner. And that back, which was worked over so much by Coyote, certainly has got to be sending pains all through the body of Glacier, but Glacier overcoming them with some straight forearms, or actually just straight right hands. And catches Coyote, going to try for the hip toss. Oh, wow. Just right across the bridge of the nose, knocking Glacier down, but only got good enough for one.
He threw that warrior fist, the tomahawk hit, and it took Glacier down to his back, where we now have a nice rear chin lock, almost a variation of a sleeper hold here on Glacier. Looking to send him back to the Ice Age after this match is over, to freeze in a deep freeze, if you will.
Now look of pain on Glacier's face.
Yes.
Showing everything that Coyote is doing here being very effective, but Glacier nonetheless going to try to continue to fight as Coyote throws Glacier to the outside.
And right there, out there is Coyote to go and continue the work that he's been putting in on Glacier's back. And why not add more to it?
Yeah, some fans here getting a surprising up close and personal view of the action here at World Class.
From the guardrail to the apron, Coyote has just been relentless on this assault.
A back rake, followed there by a straight uppercut from Glacier as both these competitors on the outside. Now Glacier rolling back inside. And Coyote quick to follow as well. Neither man exactly in an advantageous position while I say that, but now Coyote immediately from behind will lock in a sleeper hold on Glacier. Cut off the blood flow to that carotid artery. Make Glacier fade down, eventually pass out if he can keep this hold locked in.
Well, that would cause failure, so yes indeed. And we hear the fans trying to rally behind Glacier there.
They provide Glacier some energy there to break out of the sleeper hold. But an Irish whip reversal. Glacier with a boot. Irish whip there to Coyote. Big double chop puts Coyote down.
Only for a one count, though. Not enough to keep Coyote down any longer. Tomahawk chop.
Massive tomahawk chop to the forehead of Glacier. And Coyote with rather a lackadaisical pin there. You cannot expect to put a man who was a top star in WCW down like that.
Well, I think he can, because he knows that he's got more strength than the old man, don't you think?
The old man is holding his own here. Thank you very much.
I didn't say that he wasn't holding his own. I said that he was just having the better getting of him so far. I didn't say that he wasn't going. I just said that Coyote was doing better.
All right, well, right now, Coyote is back again into that rear chin lock move. Very close to being able to slip the sleeper on there. But instead, Coyote rams the head of Glacier into the top turnbuckle. Corner to corner. Coyote charges in. Nobody home. Glacier from behind. Schoolboy. 1, 2. Kick out there by Coyote. And And again with the chop to the top of the head. Those chops are deadly as they put Glacier down again. And again, Coyote goes for the pinfall, does not hook the leg. I really feel like he's underestimating the endurance and abilities of Glacier, all stemming from the fact that he walked into this match simply thinking of Glacier as an old guy.
Well, I mean, let's look at the facts. He is older, so yes, essentially Coyote was correct. But maybe he is underestimating Glacier a little bit. Although he's not leaving too much rest for the weary. He misses that elbow, but he's going to try it again.
And again misses.
Oh, but this time Glacier's reeling, though. And a hard right, hands delivered underneath the jaw of Coyote. Now, hip toss.
Beautifully done by Glacier, who then follows it up again with a straight right hand.
This ain't good for Coyote right now.
No, it is not. That double thrust there has Glacier down for the cover, but Coyote kicks out. Both men beginning to feel those energy tanks working their way towards the empty level.
But Coyote showing that he still has that native pride running through his veins. He's going to charge in.
And he met with a kick, a thrust kick from Glacier, and that was good enough to get him the win.
Match. Glacier!
Well, it was a hard-fought victory for the WCW veteran, but Glacier victorious in this match over one half of the World Class Tag Team Champions.
It did not come easy for him by any means, and it only took one shot from out of nowhere. That thrust kick hit right on point and spelled the end for Coyote here at Oklamania.
There will be another day, I'm sure, for the Aero Club and for Coyote, as he has to focus primarily on the Tag Team Championship. But tonight, Glacier victorious in this one-on-one combat. And perhaps Coyote will have a newfound level of respect instilled within him for some of these veterans and superstars.
Oh wait, Glacier's calling him back in now. Maybe they're not done yet.
I don't know. And Glacier with the win here. Not sure what he's intending here. Well, Glacier with the hand extended. And that's a tremendous and a sign of respect there. All right, well maybe you can teach a
what were you saying?
old dog for Coyote, but maybe you can instill some of that respect into Coyote's mentality. Because I think he was shown right there that just because you're a legend, just because you're not necessarily the youthful competitor that you used to be, it doesn't mean that you can't go. And Glacier proved that right here by pulling out a victory over Coyote.
Well, he certainly did not come without some kind of opposition. Glacier picking up a huge win here tonight over Coyote here at Oklamania 3. Celebrating with some young folk here in the audience.
Well, you guys were great ring announcers. Thank you. Can I take my job?
Hold on, Justin.
Oh yes, Flexi.
How is he?
I don't know. It's a miracle though.
Is that a? What is that around? Is that the remnants of the T-shirt around his? What is that?
It's not the remnants of the T-shirt. He's taped up, Burnham.
Well, I mean,
He is taped up, Burnham.
How is there that much tape on the entire planet Earth? He has a neck brace, a head wound brace,
Ladies and gentlemen,
arms and elbows.
ZERBA.
Hey, you know what? His courage should be very commended here at Oklamania. Shut up, Burnham, unless you have some good things to say. Don't say a word. Flex ZERBA is showing the tenacity in him. He's showing the will and the overall emotion to just drag his beaten body from tonight, pillar to post, to now. Look at this. Look at this. Trying to work his way into the ring, and the referee, nor Justin Roberts, is even lending a hand. How disrespectful. Shut up, Burnham. Are you going to say something nice about
I'm
him?
simply going to say that I think the referee and Justin are both in astonishment that
Oh, come on now. Referee, you couldn't have come over to assist him a little bit more. You had to grab a crutch that has nothing to do with him. Come on, Justin, do your job. Help him out.
Well, he is. He's ZERBA using him as.
I'm not done here yet.
He ain't done yet.
What's there left for him to do?
This is Oklamania. And I'm not leaving here until I have my Oklamania moment.
I mean, you already had that, Flex. Stop it.
Shut up and come on. I'm out of here with the better than champion. Even christened myself the Big Bad Flexi Daddy.
Big Bad Flexi Daddy.
No, wait.
Flex? 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 You know what this is like. You were dumped in a river at one time for this.
You already made this mistake once tonight, Flex. And that was just Sid Vicious. And now.
Well, Vicious is still a great adjective, but the man that's coming out right now, are those real sirens? Because if not, we probably need to call the authorities right about now.
And we might as well just call the ambulance while you're at it, because Flex ZERBA is going to a hospital. There's no doubt in my mind right now that no matter how this ends up, Flex is going to be in the ICU. As Scott Steiner, the Big Bad Booty Daddy, Big Papa Pump, has entered the ring here at Oklamania 3.
Oh, he's got a mic.
I heard you in the back. You're still searching for your Oklamania moment? I heard you say you want a shot at my belt? And somehow if you win the belt, that will make your day. Let me tell you something. Normally I have a 141 2/3 chance of winning. But since you got both hurt arms, 2 hurt legs, hurt neck, you got less than 0 chance of beating me. And another thing, when I wrestle a guy, my motivation is, after I beat his ass, I'll show his girlfriend what it's like to be with a real man. But I saw your girlfriend in the back, and that's one ugly bitch.
Oh, my.
Now tonight, I want some competition. I'm going to save your soul. Walk on out of here, because you are no competition. You are a genetic junk. These people see me wrestle a match, competition. They wanted me to put on a wrestling show, but since you're worthless and weak, I guarantee they still want me to see you kick your ass.
Flex, you might as well just keep walking, man.
I don't think he can. He certainly can't now. The Steiner has the grip. And with the straight to the midsection and then across the back.
This is not appropriate. Poor Flex. He's already endured so much tonight. He came out with a courageous effort in the Battle Royal, came up a little bit short there. Then he came out and he got chokeslammed not once but twice because of these sick individuals in the audience. And now he's getting just this impromptu beatdown from Scott Steiner. And Flex, man, it's not gonna be an easy night.
Flex, you should have stayed in the back and tried.
No. He really should have. The fans here in Oklamania 3, I have to apologize. The chairs are a little disoriented, but it's thanks to this man just doing things like this, where he threw him into the audience and now he's got a chair.
Oh! And if ZERBA had a bad back before.
A bad back?
He had a bad back. I can't even say it.
A bad back.
He's going to be in eternal pain right now. He's going to be in insane pain right now. As Flex ZERBA getting introduced to multiple separate chairs in the seating area. And I think he's about to get a whole bunch of
again. Again.
All the way across.
And look at this man right there in the audience. He didn't even flinch. He's just sitting there.
I think he's in shock. I think everybody here is in shock because you know as well as I do, Travis.
Oh, good Lord.
Scott Steiner makes his own rules. You can't tell him what to do. If naturally he participates here in World Class, it's under his rules, and if you don't like it, well, you go tell him about it.
Well, I don't even think this is a match. This is more than just an attack. Oh, well, he's got. Oh, he got the Steiner.
Steiner recliner. Big Chin is right there. Chin calling for the bell. Chin
There
calling
it
for
is.
the bell.
There it is.
That was a match.
I guess if you want to call it that, sure.
And Scott Steiner not done with Flex ZERBA, but I think Flex ZERBA is done with Oklamania as he goes propelled out the doors.
Well, that seemed maybe a little unnecessary, but I'm definitely not going to be one to tell Steiner he should have done it.
Yeah, you might want to pipe down.
No, I like Steiner. I like Steiner. You know it better.
Everybody likes Steiner.
No, I do. I give him the best introductions, better than Justin, better than you, better than anybody else in World Class. Steiner knows that I'm all about the Big Papa Pump himself. I stay clear of Scott Steiner.
And that is the smartest thing you have said all night. Scott Steiner victorious with a souvenir of the damage that Flex ZERBA suffered. And Scott Steiner retains his championship belt as well as in possession of Flex ZERBA's crutch. And Flex, well, it was a great Oklamania for you, not.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go into our main event of the evening, on behalf of everybody here at World Class Revolution, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. We hope you had a great time. We hope you had a great time. And there is absolutely no doubt we definitely look forward to returning here in the very near future. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your main event this evening is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the World Class Heavyweight Championship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. This is our main event, big time, World Class Heavyweight Championship on the line. Newly crowned champion Chavo Guerrero Jr. going to put the title up
Against Boone!
against Boone the Bounty Hunter.
The mayor of Slam City has come back to World Class. And you know, I heard that he's taking on a new bounty case. Have you heard about that?
No, I'm not.
Oh, it's a great one too. He said that tonight he is on a new case, and it's called the Case of the Missing Championship. He is in search of the World Class Heavyweight Championship, but apparently it was missing from his waist. So he said, you know what? I have to go and retrieve this belt, and I heard the number one suspect is none other than Chavo Guerrero Jr.
That definitely sounds like something that Boone the Bounty Hunter would do and would say. And Boone, of course, no strangers to championships all over the world. Recently having defeated Austin Aries for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, former Lucha Underground champion, former ECW World champion, multiple-time tag team Intercontinental champions as well. But Boone has never been able to call himself a world-class heavyweight champion. However, his opponent here has been able to do so, as he is the man who continues the Guerrero legacy in professional wrestling. Third generation superstar, Chavo Guerrero Jr., who so recently defeated MVP for that belt. Chavo Guerrero Jr. now set to make his first title defense.
Remember, he won that title from MVP?
And he won it by submission.
Yes, he did.
The most amazing part of that whole match is that he actually forced MVP to submit the title. And we both said at the time that we pointed out that I personally could count on my hands the number of times I've seen a champion submit a championship away. Most of them would rather pass out or just fight until they're physically unable to compete rather than truly submit a title away. But in that particular instance, MVP could not continue to go and then found himself in a situation where he simply had to tap out. And the title went to Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Chavo is definitely a proud champion here in World Class. He knew that he was going to have a title defense here at Oklamania, and he's got a worthy adversary in Boone the Bounty Hunter here tonight.
The champion now stepping into the ring. And acknowledging the great world-class fans here who helped him in so many ways to capture that world-class championship. Let's go ahead and let Justin do the introductions.
Introducing first, the challenger from Slamtown, USA. You may know him as Johnny Survivor. Johnny One Fall. Johnny Blaze. Johnny Spade. Johnny Nitro. John Morrison. Johnny Moonbill. Johnny Impact. Johnny World Class. And also, because it's available at stores everywhere, Dollar General on DVD. Ladies and gentlemen, Boone Booty Turtle. His opponent from El Paso, Texas, he is the current world-class world heavyweight champion,
SAG nominated,
Emmy winner, star of Glow and Lucha Underground, ladies and gentlemen, Chavo Guerrero!
I don't know if you caught that or not, Bourbon, but he said star of Lucha Underground. How do you think Boone feels about that?
Well, I think that, Boone established that he was a man of many names, and Chavo wanted to make sure that his accomplishments were recognized as well, and both of them deserve to be recognized for their accomplishments. Of course, as you pointed out there, Chavo Guerrero, SAG nominated.
Emmy winner.
Emmy winner for the Glow series.
Star of Glow.
On Netflix. And a
star of Lucha Underground.
And star of... Chavo's got something to say.
All right, guys, what's going on, Ardmore? Y'all been here a long time. So we're here to put on a heck of a match for you. This guy standing across from me is one heck of an athlete. One very, very cool guy. He's on Survivor, which is pretty awesome.
Johnny Survivor.
And he's one of my favorite opponents to face, because he always brings out the best of me. So, you guys ready for a good fight? Good fight, ready? Me too.
Feel the same way. Anytime I can get in the ring with Chavo Guerrero, I'm honored and humbled. When I first started with WWE, Chavo was one of the first guys to take me under his wing and teach me how to be backstage and how to be in the ring. Chavo, give it up for Chavo for teaching me so much about this business. The only problem, Chavo, Chavo, I think you might have taught me a little bit too much. Because tonight, I'm not leaving without the world-class champion.
All right, so I guess the love affair is all over with now. Let's move on, and the bell rings, and we are underway for our main event here at Oklamania for the world-class heavyweight championship. Chavo Guerrero versus Boone, the bounty hunter.
That was a nice display of mutual respect there, but now we're down to competition.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I saw, that same type of exchange when we had the match between Chavo Guerrero and MVP. That would not turn out too well for MVP. And I have to wonder if perhaps this is a tactic of Chavo, because we know what Chavo, what his family lineage likes to do.
Yeah, but let's not take anything away from Boone either. We know that Boone is no stranger to the dark force here in the ring, if you will.
That's a good way to put it. Yes, indeed. Boone certainly one to know the rules, and to know the rules knows you know how to break them as well.
He is a former tag team champion, as you stated, and a very successful team nonetheless.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Boone's got a little more to say.
Just to clarify, my lot of yays. I heard that kid say you sucked to Chavo. Were you people booing me or chanting Boone? Boone? Okay, just checking.
I can see where that might be confusing.
Probably Boone's available on Dollar General and DVD.
So, Rampage Jackson, Chavo Guerrero's in a great movie. Get it now.
It's good to see that there are still copies of that DVD on sale after Jack Swagger tried to steal one a few weeks back in the match.
I'd rather not discuss bad memories like that.
All right.
All right, I would feel like that's a sensitive topic for you too.
Well,
being a proud native Oklahoma.
that was not Oklahoma's proudest moment. You're right. All right. Well, I think the promos and the commercials are out of the way, so now we're about to get underway here with this match.
About time. I just spent about 5 minutes puking in the trash can next to me. Oh, I think you're great, Chavo. Well, you're so great, Boone. I like it. Well, you're so awesome, Chavo. Like, we're just a bunch of awesomeness. Let's get to the fight.
Well, that's what we're about to do right now. Has both men into the middle of the ring, collar and elbow tie up, and it'll be Boone forcing the champion. Nope, not quite. As Chavo now taking over with a side headlock. Boone shoots that off. Shoulder tackle down goes Boone, but Boone hits up. And both men in neutral stance. And Boone acknowledges that it's a little bit painful, but tries to shrug it off and continue on with the match. You'll notice, as we pointed out last time, that Chavo's sporting that brace on his right arm. Again, seemingly a very large target, although MVP did not take advantage of it in their match. And you got to wonder if Boone, being a bounty hunter that he is,
You think he's going to go hunting for the
might be more willing to take advantage of that right arm.
Well, it's for the title. You should be taking advantage of any and every opportunity that you have. You never know when these chances are going to come around again, so you got to take full advantage when you can. Oh, rolling through.
Yeah, shoulder tackle, but Guerrero rolls through and leaps to his feet. And
what is this?
well, in professional wrestling, sometimes there's this little thing that the boys will do where they basically bump for each other in respect.
And, is that what we're seeing here?
That's, I think, what we're seeing there. And
look at Chavo.
again, both men
Bad arm and all.
showing great athlete. I could never. Could you ever do a nip up, Travis? I could never do a nip up.
I don't have hips like that.
No.
And yes, I have tried multiple
And
times.
I did too. I mean, I was in 7th grade, but I couldn't do it there. It was part of the physical fitness exam.
I was just 27 and tried that, so.
All right, both men again circling around. Of course, you heard Boone mention that when he entered into professional wrestling, that Chavo was essentially one of the mentors that he had backstage, and of course, a man that he competed against many times in the ring. So there's a cautiousness, I think, on the part of both men because they do know each other so well, and they don't want to rush into any type of a flurry of holds or attempted maneuvers, because one mistake would certainly be capitalized on by the other. So Boone cautiously taking over here with the standing wrist lock. Chavo with a couple of lucha rolls and able to reverse that down into that standing arm bar now.
Well, as you remember when Boone first was breaking on to the professional wrestling scene and making a name for himself, like you said, he mentioned Chavo was a tutor of his and somebody that he went to for advice, as was, I believe, his late uncle, Eddie Guerrero, because it was Boone who had several run-ins in the early part of his career in tag team competition with the legends of Eddie Guerrero and, of course, the Lucha Libre greatest mask of all time. I'm speaking, of course, of Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, yes, indeed. Boone very familiar with both of those men. And what?
Hey, don't forget, this is all fun, but I'm still a Guerrero.
And like I said,
yeah, we say it every time Chavo Guerrero gets in the ring, and he admits it himself. Yes, indeed, he's a competitor. Yes, indeed, he's a world-class athlete, but inside, he is still a Guerrero. And we all know the three things the Guerreros love to do.
What do?
Lie, cheat, and steal.
It's that family tradition.
And when a title is on the line, they're probably going to do it even more than they normally would.
Imagine what those family reunions would be like.
there wouldn't be much left at the dinner plate or the kitchen or
the cars,
yes.
or the cabins.
All right. Standing waist lock here by Guerrero as Boone forced to the ropes. And now Boone going in with the standing toe hold.
Boone tried to pick the leg out from Chavo. Didn't realize Chavo had evaded him the first time, but Boone quickly was able to catch Chavo again before Chavo could scurry away.
And then just slams that leg, and they call him the mayor
Look at
slam
this.
now. And that's not normally what it's meant for, but he slammed that leg down onto the mat.
And he did a little bit of a strut there, an homage to another ring legend.
Yeah, you'll say it's Ric Flair. I'll say that it's Jackie Fargo, but you know, one way or the other, it's definitely a very familiar move. And Guerrero trying to shake off the effects of that line. And now, well,
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, Boone calling back perhaps not one of the greatest memories for Chavo.
Hey. And that ball went sailing.
Yes, so did that gimmick. All right, Guerrero now a little bit irate as the punch in the midsection forces Boone back into the corner.
I guess being white wasn't all right.
No, not in this particular instance. And Boone on the receiving end of a flurry of offense there by Chavo Guerrero, who now is all serious in business as he drags Boone to the corner post. Gonna wrap that leg around the corner post, and you do not win when that flesh comes in contact with that corner post there. Guerrero gonna follow up once again, do the same thing again. And Guerrero now rolling his way back into the ring, knowing that he has now put Boone into a very compromised position. And now pulling the mayor of Slamtown back into the ring and gonna stretch that leg out as if it hadn't had enough damage already. Now we're gonna go to work on the thigh.
Oh, now look at this. He just dropped all of his weight down on that thigh there, just working it over, wrenching on that. Chavo he knows, he is a veteran of this game, as we have mentioned several times. He knows how to break down a body part, and he knows how to be methodical about it.
And look at him just shrug the other leg off of Boone as Boone is going to try to use that leg to leverage his way off, or leverage Chavo off of him. But Chavo just shrugged it off, and now, again, just going to...
And oh no, this
now,
time, look at this!
The head scissor takeover from the ground position.
Not only that, he crossed his legs over to hook that head scissors leg takedown in.
And a sliding baseball drop kick propels the champion back into the entranceway. And Boone now following out to the outside here.
Now remember, there is disqualifications and countouts in this.
This is a standard match. There are DQs, there are countouts at risk here. And the champion, of course, would be in the advantage in that position because Boone has to pin the champion or make him submit.
Oh, Lord!
And doing things like that are certainly going to help him do that as he dropped Chavo throat first across the ring barrier.
I couldn't tell if that was throat first or chest first. Either way, it was effective.
Well, so is that stomp right to the midsection as Boone continuing to press this advantage here. And now kick to the face.
Oh, Lord.
Again, following up a unique style there, draping the leg across the second rope.
Well, I guess all that camaraderie and all that praise is now long gone as we see slingshot into the bottom rope. just hanging Chavo out to dry there.
And Boone now going to pull the champion back inside, going to go for the pinfall, hooks the leg, and gets a 2 count before the champion's able to get out. Boone quick to follow up now with this rear chin lock, slowing the action down, making sure that Chavo's not able to get onto his feet, not able to build up speed, and certainly not able to go into that high-flying district, which he is very, very comfortable with.
Yeah, but as is Boone.
Yes, indeed. Both men very, very capable. Of course, we know that Boone employs that end-of-the-world maneuver or Starship Pain, depending on whatever he wants to call it. And Chavo Guerrero, of course, with the frog splash in memory of his late uncle Eddie Guerrero. Both men capable of putting their opponents away from that top rope position.
One high-risk maneuver can win it all for them.
But neither man really in the position to do that right here, as Boone continuing to work over the chin and neck area of Chavo. Chavo now going to try to get to the knee, up to the second knee, and break this hold.
And does just that with a series of elbow shots, but Boone quickly, the clubbing forearm, stops Chavo with a drop kick.
Yeah, standing drop kick. Great vertical leap there by Chavo Guerrero. And both men now in a position where one man, if he's capable of doing so, is going to be able to hit one single maneuver. Oh, takes Boone over, Chavo does. And Chavo now to the outside. We go for a tope into the inside, all the way across the rib cage. Again, now with the pinfall, and again, only good enough for 2.
Chavo definitely for a minute there.
Chavo beginning to feel the opportunity perhaps to bring something from his family legacy in here as he waits for Boone perhaps to get back onto his feet.
Oh, I think that's exactly what he's waiting for. He's got a couple of friends that he wants to introduce Boone to.
Well, he wanted to introduce him to big super kick straight to the face.
On point, right on the jaw. Chavo's lights could very well be dim.
So many wrestlers in the course of their career have used the super kick as a finisher. Men like Shawn Michaels, men like the Young Bucks, of course, the originators were Chris Adams, but I would say that Boone's super kick measures up to
look at
theirs.
Look at Boone.
Chavo now going to the top rope, maybe looking for the frog splash, but Boone quickly up to counter that, to intercept him, knowing full well that if Chavo were to connect with that frog splash, that the championship match could very well be over. And now Boone, when the hook Chavo, maybe going to go for a superplex here.
Oh wow, going
maybe from all the way to the top rope.
He's got Chavo.
Chavo, both men jockeying for position here, and knowing they're in a very dangerous, precarious position.
Well, Chavo knows that if he takes this, it could very well spell the end of his title right here. And that's why he is fighting with everything that he has and gets Boone finally off of the middle rope.
This allows Chavo to get to the top rope. Chavo off the top, high cross body, and he rolls through. But Boone able to recover very quickly, and now double clothesline. And both men,
Oh, he fell on top.
he did. Clothesline that went instinctively to the cover, as did Chavo right there. That, friend, people right there, that is sign of professionalism. And the ring awareness and the experience level that you have to compete at the levels that they did. Knowing that your opponent is down, knowing that all you have to do is drape that arm across and you're in a pinning predicament. And that's why both of these men are former world champions.
Agreed, 100%. Both men just trying to, I guess, get whatever they can. They're running on fumes in that gas tank now.
Yeah. But they've still got enough left to start the slugfest in the middle of the ring. Back and forth.
Who wants it more? Who has the drive and the desire to walk out of Oklamania with the title?
But it's breaking down in Ardmore right here between the two of these here. They're putting it all on the line.
Eat your heart out, Muskogee. This is where the real fight is.
And boom, 3 in a row, and Chavo with a rake to the face.
Oh, wait a minute. I think he might be setting him up. Maybe.
Well, Chavo not quite prepared for it yet, but Boone prepared for that. Leg lariat, and Boone stands high.
And Boone gonna come off the ropes with a running knee. And that could put him away. If he covers him right here, he could have it, but no.
No, I think he's gonna try. I think he's gonna try for Starship. No, he's gonna go outside. I thought maybe he was gonna go for the end of the world.
I thought he was going for that, the end of the world, as you also alluded to. It's called Starship Pain to some. But instead, is he calling for a frog splash?
Is Boone gonna try to
Surely
pull
not.
off the signature move
No
of
way.
Chavo Guerrero?
No way.
Oh, no! No, he wasn't. But he didn't connect with that, no matter what it was. He did connect with that to the midsection, though. I know. Oh, wow. If I was going to take over, and now Chavo hooking. Now going to introduce.
Oh, there's one.
Boom to three of his friends.
And here comes Dose.
There's number two.
Not that much of a great greeting.
Hips and gyration. Can we get the third one up and over? Well, we got it over, but not the way that Chavo wanted. Chavo, receiving end of the knee to the face from the springboard in the second rope. And Boone dragging Chavo back. Now I think Boone is looking for the end of the world.
Hyperdrive.
Bounces off, but nobody home.
Oh, but look at Chavo.
Oh, look at this Maestro Cradle. Maestro Cradle by Guerrero. And puts him down.
The winner of this match and still
between two world caliber athletes. Chavo Guerrero Jr. able to retain the world class heavyweight title.
Oh, but wait a minute, he asked for another mic.
Real quick, guys. It's always a pleasure wrestling John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Nate Change as I call him now. It's great job, great guy. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Ardmore for having me. Thank you for World Class Championship Wrestling for them to come in here and play in the ring and entertain you guys. Like I said, doesn't matter who wins or loses, you gotta get a good fight. Hey, awesome job, you're awesome.
Well, they started with respect, they end with respect. And Chavo.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the champion, Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo Guerrero Jr. Still the world-class heavyweight champion. The fans signifying their approval. I suspect there will be another opportunity sometime in the future.
For yourselves. That's right, without you, there'd be no us. There'd be no world class. So give it up for yourselves.
Let's give it up for the guy who everybody remembered, who did the cross splash better than anybody.
Oh, they love the Eddie chants for the late, great Eddie Guerrero.
Well, fans, Oklamania 3 now in the books. A tremendous event, as always, the biggest event in Oklahoma. We thank you for watching, and tune in next time as the revolution continues to be televised.